everybody. Today we're going to discuss a very important topic in economics, the economic growth. First of all, let me make clear that economic growth is actually influencing everything in life, especially people, because it directly influences the job opportunities, wages, healthcare, education, environment, and everything. And we need to understand the economic growth to understand why and how some countries are richer than others, and how governments makes their plans and activities. So we're going to talk about economic growth, its key factors, in real world examples, and also misconceptions and challenges about economic growth. So we have three economists here who will actually help us to understand and grasp the material better. So Ms. Fatima, Mr. Emil, and Mr. Sukan will help us today. And now let's begin with Ms. Fatima, who will talk about what is economic growth and what are the key factors.
Thank you for the question. Economic growth, actually, it's the ability of the country to produce goods and enhance the living standards of the people. Economists, including us, actually assess the GDP, abbreviation of gross domestic product, in order to assess the economic growth in one country. GDP, gross domestic product, is the monetary value of the final goods produced in one country in a special period of time, usually in 1 year. It assesses how many products are available for the people, so it directly linked to the people's living standards. There are actually several background reasons of economic growth. First of all, it is enhancement of capital. As the capital of the country enhances, the governmental projects allocates more money for the next developmental projects. Next, the plurality of the labor. As there are availability of the labor and there are workers who are willing to produce more goods, of course, at the end of the day, productivity of the country will increase and eventually economic growth will occur. And lastly, natural resources. If they are available and there are abundance of natural resources, it is highly easy to use them in their production, and actually on one side it also helps to cost of production, because one of the needs, naturally we have them, that's why it's also help us to enhance the cost of production. Actually, the GDP in Azerbaijan have increased in that manner, since we have oil and gas resources as a natural resources. We have a 1 billion enhancement in GDP, means we have economic growth. Yes, that was the answer for your question.
Thank you for answering the question. So we need to understand the real world examples from another countries to get more examples. And so we need to ask Mr. Emil to help us to understand the real world examples.
Of course, a very clear real world example of the economic growth is South Korea. In the 1960s, South Korea was a low-income country with limited resources. Instead of relying on raw materials, the government focused on human capital and industrial development. Massive investments were made in education, especially in science and engineering, which created a highly skilled workforce. At the time, the government supported the key industries such as electronics, automobiles, and shipbuilding. Firms like Samsung and Hyundai benefit from this strategy, adopted new technologies, and became competitive in global markets. As the productivity increased, GDP and living standard rose significantly. This shows how education, capital investment, and technology together drive economic growth.
Do you can you show some more examples in another country?
Yes, I can show. Another important example is China. Before the late 1970s, China's economy was largely closed and inefficient. After economic reforms began in 1978, the government opened the economy to foreign investments and international trade. This allowed China to import advanced technologies and management practice from the abroad. Large-scale investment in infrastructure, such as roads, ports, and factories, improved productivity. Millions of workers moved from low productivity agriculture to high productivity manufacturing, a process known as structural transformation. As a result, China experienced decades of rapid economic growth and lifting hundreds of millions people out of the poverty. This demonstrates how institutional reforms, openness, and productivity improvements are essential for sustained growth.
Thank you for answering the question. So we showed the real world examples of economic growth. Now we're moving into the misconceptions and challenges about it.
Yes, hello everyone. One of the most widespread misconceptions is the belief that growth automatically leads to improved living standards for all members of society. While growth can increase a country's overall income and production, it does not guarantee that these benefits are shared equally. In many cases, economic growth may disproportionately benefit higher income groups, corporations, and urban areas, while leaving lower income populations behind. As a result, growth can sometimes exacerbate income inequality rather than reduce it. Absolutely, sustaining long-term economic growth presents several serious challenges. Environmental degradation, such as pollution and resource depletion, can undermine future productivity and public health. Additionally, corruption and weak institutions reduce efficiency, discourage investment, and erode public trust. A lack of access to quality of education and skills training also limits a country's ability to innovate and adapt to technological trends. For these reasons, economists increasingly emphasize the importance of sustainable economic growth that balances economic expansion with social equity, strong governance, and environmental protection. I hope that I could explain your question.
Thank you so much. Now we understand the economic growth, the real world examples, and also the misconceptions and challenges about that. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Can conduct several projects, including the biomedical
Ne olur?
and professional.
Yaxşı da.
Bugün bize yanımızda 3 tane ekonomistimiz var. Fatima, Fatima Emre Sultan bize cümleye gelecek burada. Hi everybody, welcome. Today we're going to talk about economic growth. Economic growth.
Sonraki dışında
Ben çözüm.
Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about economic growth.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
bir dakika dayan.